And we're back at it again, walking up the steps to the fort. By the way, look upon the amount of tents that the Legion have here. They have assembled a massive army this side of the Colorado River. And then, look at this dude.
Your favor with the Legion grows, I've heard.
Fair enough.
The dog is part machine, but its brain is flesh.
I'm harsh on the children, but they'll be excellent legionaries. I'm quite proud of them.
Into the fort. We'll meet Caesar, or Kaiser, whatever way you want to pronounce it.
Hello.
But the one I want to talk to is this dude. Otto.
You here to fight in the arena? Then you're talking to the right man.
I'd like to fight. Tell me more about it.
Such as?
Well, the rules.
Light armor and machetes only. The challenger, the one who asks to enter the arena, may be pitted against one or more opponents. All matches continue until one side is dead. No exceptions.
What do you do?
I set up the fights, keep track of prisoners available, and make sure the arena's cleaned up.
Who does the fighting?
Most of the time, it's some young legionary trying to make a name for himself, hoping to get noticed by Kaiser or the Praetorians. We pit slaves or prisoners against each other once in a while, but it's not much of a show. They're usually too reluctant to kill each other.
Okay, that's not... I'd like to fight. What can you tell me about the
great
Legate?
warrior. When he was but a recruit, I watched him kill 10 men in the arena with his bare hands. He doesn't feel pain, and he never ever shows mercy. If all legionaries were like him, the Legion would be invincible.
Oh yeah, well, I want to fight.
That can be arranged. You will be facing off against a couple of disobedient slaves. Not much of a challenge, but it might be entertaining to watch.
I'm ready.
Remember the rules. Light armor and machetes only. And, of course, to the death.
Let's go.
Aha. Let them fight it out among themselves.
Come on!
They hardly even know how to fight.
I don't want to die!
Get back here.
This is hopeless! I'm just a slave. I'm not worth it.
Anything to them? I know, I'll even take the rags. Well, that was easier than I thought it would be.
As expected, it wasn't much of a fight. But what can you expect from slaves?
My turn.
There's a captured NCR trooper available. Sergeant Andrews. He's already been challenged once and survived, so he should be a worthy opponent.
Yep.
Hey! You had enough?
Fight it out among themselves.
I'm assuming I must have some sort of thing that helps me here.
A good fight. Some NCR troopers can be competent fighters. I have a dangerous one for you. An NCR ranger by the name of Stella. We got lucky since we rarely capture rangers alive. Even though she's a woman, she's killed every man who's faced her in the arena. Even one of the elite Centurions. With her bare hands. Watch out for her.
Over here!
They hardly even know how to fight.
Right, so why does she have her bare hands? So I've looked into it.
Fight it out among themselves.
She has paralyzing palms, so she would absolutely batter me if given the opportunity, so we've got to be very quick about this. Another thing is, she was taken from Ranger Station Charlie, despite the fact that you never actually see her present in the location. Again, there's a lot of blood, guts, and gore here, so we'll have to be pretty quick. Caesar's Legion.
They hardly even know.
Fame achieved.
Unbelievable. You stood against a ranger
I can
in
barely
single
see.
combat and survived. Sorry. I'm looking
Okay, I'm gonna have to like heal myself up because that is bad.
forward to getting sent across the river.
If I'm not wearing anything, just bear man running about the bear man.
You're wise to serve the Legion by choice.
Whoop. Where's the artillery gun? I think you can actually inspect it at this point. Anthony.
The mechanical dog you have with you. Where did you get it?
Picked him up in New Vegas.
Oh? Such things are common in Denver, but I didn't know that other cities had them as well. I ask because Caesar once had a similar pet, but it was lost during a battle.
What can you say about the legate?
It took years for Caesar to conquer Lanius's tribe, and Caesar showed mercy to the survivors, allowing them to join the Legion. Had the positions been reversed, Caesar would be dead. Lanius is called the Monster of the East because he never, ever shows mercy.
That's some questions. Where does the Legion get its dogs?
We breed them mostly, but sometimes we get some good ones from Denver. That whole city is overrun with them.
Fallout 5, maybe?
Been doing it since I was a boy. The mongrels know to listen up when I start talking to them.
Okay, nice dog.
Lupa? Yes, she's the mother of a lot of our best dogs. She's getting old, but she's still a tough old bitch. Aren't you, girl? Yeah.
I could use Lupa's brain to fix my cyberdog.
Cyberdog? Like the ones I've seen up in Denver? I know what you're talking about, and it would make Lupa immortal, in a way.
Is that a yes? They have cyberdogs in Denver?
Not too common, but you still see them around.
That a yes?
You give Lupa a worthy death in the arena, and her brain is yours. Don't let your guard down just because she's old, though. Oh, and standard arena rules still apply. You don't get to wear armor, and you get only a machete for a weapon.
I'm ready.
All right. You've been a good dog, Lupa. Die well, girl.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my goodness. Sadly, I was a little too fast for that one. I got the brain, though.
What do you need from me?
Oh, no. Okay, now we have all the exceptional brains. Again, I think one gives attack damage, one gives something else, and yeah, you get my point. Okay, he doesn't care about me. That's fair. I will talk to Caesar. Like, that is coming. I need to chat to this gal first. Melody, isn't it?
I can't talk to you. It's not allowed.
I'm a friend. It's okay for you to talk to friends, right?
I guess that's okay. If you're a friend, can you help me?
What do you do here?
I help take care of the Brahmin. I sometimes bring water and food to people. That's it.
What do you need?
Anthony took Sergeant Teddy away and gave him to the stinky
Took a teddy
dogs.
bear away? Absolutely
him
not.
back.
I will have to go get it back. What, you have toys?
I kept him secret, but I think somebody told on me.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
I'm taking Sergeant Teddy away. What are those monsters thinking? Oh, no, I haven't had this option in quite some time. Wow, we have nearly all of them. Nearly all. That is a beautiful thing to see. A lot of these we may never get because we obviously can't up our specials. Only so far. Okay, so you remember them all. Gain 1% earned experience per level gain. Nah. Ferocious readers. You can turn them into skill magazines. I mean, we don't need any skill magazines, but that's cool. Tax D much less to companions, literally allowing you to spray an area. Nuka Chemist. Oh, that would be good. Him's good eating. That's actually... They are such good items for survival. Like, if you ever do this game in survival mode, pick that. Level 20, 55 survival. Thin red paste and blood sausage. Oof, so good. Grim Reaper... Every crippled limb you have, you do more damage. I mean, does that make a lot of sense, does it, though? Atomic Perk? Nah. Can I? Is there like 2 ranks to that maybe? Might actually take that. You know, be a good idea. Life giver. 20% bonus when using stim packs. When the sun is down, we go a wee bit better. Misfortune. Knock an enemy back with a shotgun. Oh, Sneering Imperialist. What a pickup before we go to Zion Valley, which I think is what I'll be doing as the first DLC. Anyway, Sergeant Teddy needs rescued. And we are going to rescue him. All these bears, Sergeant Teddy was taken by Anthony and given to the Legion mongrels as a chew toy. She'd like her toy back. Go and get it from Anthony. I mean, is he going to get me to fight the dogs? Is he going to just give it? Can I, like, just tell him to give me it? Do you know who I am, sir? I'm going to mess you up when I get over there. Wait, I see you, Anthony.
What?
Here for the bear.
The stupid girl should know by now that even the rags on her back are a privilege. Anyway, my mongrels like their new toy. Tell you what, you square off with 4 of my best dogs. No armor and no weapons except a machete. You survive, and I let you have the bear.
Reputation. I've done a lot for the Legion. Just hand it over. Potentially losing 4 dogs is a very high price to pay for a toy. What about 2? You don't mind if I kill them?
I think they'll probably end up killing you. I trained them myself. But if you do win somehow, the mongrels will at least get honorable deaths.
Let's do this. I wasn't even going to go for the speech check.
No more ammo. Gonna six this bitch. In no mood for hunting.
I think that's everyone. I think I'll never be fighting in the arena again. Oh man. Good God. A lot happened there.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
The burned man walks, do you say? Where do I get this dude here?
Damn it! I thought they had you!
Thought wrong. You call that a challenge? Ha.
Take the bear! I can't believe I let some of my best dogs get killed over this stupid thing! Your stuff is in the crate next to the arena entrance. Leave it there too long, and we'll dump it in the lake. The camps are getting crowded.
You can dump it in the lake, but it's a lot of explosives. And really heavy items. I don't think that's gonna go the way you think it's gonna go, Anthony.
Hi.
There you go.
That's okay. I'll fix him. Can I have him now?
Tear him in half. Oh, why would you do that? Here you go.
Thank you. Yeah, me too.
Easy peasy. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, my introduction to Mr. Caesar himself. It has only taken a number of episodes to meet Mr. Caesar. But hey, at least now we get to talk to him.
You must enter Caesar's tent alone.
We're friends.
Slaves aren't much of a challenge in the arena.
Oh. Rex is derped out, and he has done an eddy. He's just sitting there. We will have to remember to grab both of them.
You must enter Caesar's...
Oh. In we go. The man, the myth, The legend. The saving the game in case I mess something up here. The dude.
You're the courier who caused so much trouble for my legion, and yet you dare come before me. All the bribes I sent to the Omertas ended up buying me nothing. So tell me this, because I really want to know. I am feared, with good reason. But you, of all people, dare to come here and stand before me, the mighty Caesar. What were you thinking?
Death to tyrants. I had to see the mighty Caesar for myself.
Maybe I should have you struck blind so my face is the last sight you ever behold. Look, you do know why I wanted to meet you, right? A man nearly kills you, so you track him across the breadth of the Mojave. You arrive on the strip and waltz into the Lucky 38 like someone left you a key under the doormat. You visit the tops, and next thing you know, the head of the chairman is fleeing the strip like a whimpering little pup. When you set your mind to something, you get results. I like that. The question is, are you ready to get started?
How may I serve your legion, Caesar?
I like the servile attitude. Keep it up. The time is fast approaching when my legion will assault the Great Dam and invade the West. Before that happens, I want Mr. House knocked out of the game. A quick 1-2 punch, with you doing the punching.
What do I have to do?
Down the hill, at the west edge of camp, is an old building. It was here when the fort was taken in 2277. Inside the building is a hatch. And inside that hatch are 2 steel doors that bear the sigil of the Lucky 38 casino. Now that same sigil is on the platinum chip Benny was carrying when we captured him. Isn't that interesting? Even more interesting, there's a slot about the same size as the chip on the console that opens the hatch. So you know what I think? I think the platinum chip opens those doors. Doors that can't be pried open, or drilled open, or blasted open. Because all that, I tried.
Want some inside?
I want you to destroy whatever you find in there. And then I want you to come back here and tell me about it. So go to the building and take this fucking platinum chip with you. My legionaries will meet you there, with your weapons and equipment. Talk to Benny on your way out. He knows I'm going to let you decide how he dies. Maybe you want to remind him. We'll talk again when you...
I suspect you'll be a valuable asset to the Legion. Assuming you're really on our side, of course.
Is there something you need me to do?
There's a gambler, Martina Grosbeck, who has a knack for learning other people's secrets and passing that information along for a price. The Omertas, who run Gomorrah, have become suspicious of Martina's frequent visits to their casino. Soon they'll pay her a visit of their own.
I'll check up on her.
Good. Martina frequents the Vault 21 gift shop on the Strip. Hurry along, and she still may be in one piece by the time you get there. Was there more for us to discuss?
Why didn't you tell me about the legate?
To call the news ferocious would be an understatement.
I love how you never see him.
Battle,
he just
seizes
mentioned
the enemy in his jaws and will not let go. He thinks nothing of suffering losses, so long as the enemy suffers more. Though unsubtle, he's not dim. He detects traps and sets his own. Be glad you will not have to face his judgment. If you are true to Caesar.
No
Roy,
worries.
whatever is down in that bunker, not before.
Benny.
It is a great honor for anyone outside the Legion to get an audience with Caesar.
Is there anything else you need me to do?
We recently obtained an artillery weapon, but we don't have the part or the skill to fix it.
I'll see what I can do. Where did you get the gun anyway?
The trader Dale Barton salvaged it from a military base in Arizona. Yuma, I believe.
Okay, what do you need it for?
The best marksmen of the NCR are usually at the rear of any battle. The gun will allow us to strike at them.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
The tribe calling themselves the Boomers is obsessed with such weapons, I've been told. You can probably find a spare firing mechanism there.
Anything else you can tell me about the legate?
He's the best warrior in the Legion. A full legionary by the time he was 12, he's never lost a battle. Had the legate been in command during the Battle of Hoover Dam, the Legion would have won. I have no doubt about that.
Are you the second in command?
No. Legate Lanius is Caesar's second. The Legate replaced the Burned Man after the Legion's defeat at the dam several years ago.
Tell me about the Burned Man.
The Burned Man was Caesar's advisor and general when the Legion was originally formed. The Burned Man led us to a disastrous defeat at the dam. On Caesar's orders, the Burned Man was covered in pitch by the Praetorian Guard, lit on fire, and cast into the Grand Canyon. Caesar has forbidden us from ever speaking his true name again.
Ah, Joshua
and so we
Graham.
simply refer to him as the Burned Man.
Fair enough. Notice you don't carry a gun.
It's a tradition in the Praetorians to specialize in unarmed combat, because weapons can break or jam when needed most. However, our unarmed techniques favor offense over defense. We can charge the enemy and flatten him with our first strike before he can react.
Okay. Can you teach me the unarmed technique?
Of course. This will take some time, and I'm not a forgiving teacher.
You've learned the Legion Assault special move. To initiate this, or to use it, initiate a power attack running forward.
Yes. Do you have something to report?
General questions. How'd you end up joining the Legion?
When I was a boy, the
Lucius.
Legion conquered my tribe. I was chosen for training as a legionary. I fought in many battles for the Legion. Eventually, Caesar chose me to lead his Praetorian Guard. It was a great honor.
Oh, so he's like the head of the guard? What happened to the rest of your tribe?
Girls and women were enslaved, and many of the men and boys were also chosen to become legionaries. The rest were killed.
You don't hate them for what they did?
We were savages. The Legion raised us up, made us better than what we were.
Don't know any more questions. What do you think of the NCR?
The NCR Rangers are the biggest threat. Without them, the NCR is nothing.
I've noticed they use machetes.
Caesar has taught us that over-reliance on firearms can only weaken us in the long run. It's why we train heavily with our blades and our fists. Unlike an NCR trooper, a legionary is always ready to fight, regardless of the circumstance he finds himself in.
And how did they get defeated?
We had the numbers, but not the tactics. I know. I was there at Boulder City when we were defeated. We relied too much on veteran legionaries for direction and leadership, and the Rangers exploited our weakness by killing our best from afar.
And then they blew the whole place to pieces. A lot of tents here.
And just about every one of them is occupied. Not all at the same time, usually. Groups of legionaries come and go all the time. This is also only one camp of many. You might have noticed the other camps down by the river.
Yeah. So, I tell you what, I seen a map of like what New Vegas was meant, or what this map was meant to look like. So you on this side there was meant to be like a city, like here, or like some sort of town. And there was meant to be additional camps and locations all around that would have been Legion focused, which would have gave you a wee bit more into, you know, the Legion. I want to save this before we try this. Oh. Lockpick. Okay, we're close. 10% to force a lock. Don't know what the forcing the lock was all about. I wouldn't even mind if you were the most impatient person in the world. So that was Caesar's. Mark III auto dock, primarily used for routine surgeries. However, the diagnostic scanning unit is burnt out, rendering this auto dock useless.
Hello?
Let's talk to Benny. So Benny has many an option. You can put him up on a cross, you can try and rescue him, but if you rescue him, he just vanishes from the game, and he also turns the Legion all against me. Now, considering all those are inconvenient options, Benny, I think I know what me and the audience would love to see.
Why, you little promise breaker. Let me live, Benny, and I'll never come after you, pinky swear. What a fink. Anyway, go ahead and laugh, baby. I ain't blind to the humor in this situation.
Looks like you played past your abilities. I'll laugh later.
That we do, baby. That we do. Down to brass tacks. How'd your meet and greet with Baldy go?
He gave me the platinum chip.
Sure. Baldy wants you to go down there in the bunker and destroy whatever Mr. House stashed there. Oh, you don't want to do that, baby. Whatever's down in that bunker is the key to the city called Vegas. So here's what you do. You go down there and you use the chip to do whatever Mr. House would have wanted you to do. And when you get back to the strip, you find Yes Man. I made it so that cat can't help but be helpful. Dig?
Oh, I want to know more about you. Was your tribe always called the Chairman?
No, in the way back we called ourselves the Boot Riders. Silly name, but that's how we rode the Mojave, dig? On our feet. We were nomadic badasses not to be trifled with. A gang of ruffians, though, with a certain panache. When House gave us the tops to renovate, his robots dropped off boxes full of suits and ties and wingtip shoes. Told us we were the chairman now. That caused an uproar, but I said the name sticks. Chow to the old ways, baby. Time to swing in style. If the shoes fit, you wear them.
How long were you the head of the family?
7 years. Took over 3 days after Mr. House introduced himself. Our chief at the time, mountain of a guy named Bingo, wanted to stay nomadic. I disagreed, so he challenged me to the knife. He looked so surprised when I stuck that knife in his neck. Thought he was so tough, but he was so slow. That's how I made chief. It's how things were back then.
Fair enough. How did Mr. House introduce himself?
We were east of Vegas when the first Securitron we ever saw rolled up on us. We junked it in a minute flat. The next day, 20 roll up. So we listened. Said we'd been selected. Vegas needed us to defend it. In exchange, we'd get cushy digs, full stomachs, medical treatment. Everything a nomad never gets, in other words. Most of the tribe thought we should say no. I thought it was the best idea ever.
And a dentist, apparently. What happened when you fled the tops?
I prefer the term relocated. It took every stealth boy I had to cross the river at Cottonwood Cove. That was a close shave, riding a boat full of Legion boys. Once I was across, I changed into a uniform I swiped off a dead legionary outside Nelson. Tried to sneak into the bunker, but that didn't work out. They found the chip. I wasn't going to tell them what it was used for, but let's just say they were persuasive.
Okay. What else? Tell me about the factions.
Which greedy overlord do you want to start with?
Why should Mr. House run?
Mr. House hides Vegas under his skirt when the bombs fall 1,000 years ago, so it belongs to him? Forever? You buy that? Baby, every boss has a line to explain why he's special. Why everyone's got to do what he says. You're just figuring that out? Vegas got to swing, baby. Got to have pizzazz. Respect where due, but that old man is square to the core.
Don't know what square means, but fair enough. 3 families.
Or more like 2, after what you did to the Omertas. Set it up right, and the families will roll with your caper. You might have to do some convincing.
What are my choices? None of the above.
Now you're talking. That is the ring-a-ding move, baby. First base is whatever Mr. House would have you do. Follow orders, rig the game to his specifications. Then, when he ain't looking, you knock him out of the running and find a way to take control of those Securitrons of his. Go see Yes Man. I made it so that cat can't help but be helpful.
I love how it keeps pushing me towards that. Tell me about the
chairmen
families.
are true blue. The Omertas are degenerates. Never trust them. Or the white gloves. Just something creepy about them. Set it up right, and the families will roll with your caper. You might have to do some convincing.
What's so bad about the NCR?
Ain't we covered this? The only thing not bad about them is they ain't Legion. The NCR is the biggest gang of thieves in the Mojave. Only difference is they pass laws to make their crimes legal before they commit them.
That's true. You think Caesar would destroy the strip?
Nah, just spruce it up with a crucifixion here and there. Come closer so I can step on you. The Legion is twisted, baby. Original losers worshipping the king of creeps like he's some kind of god. They're worse than roaches. My advice? Put on your stomping shoes. Try not to smile so wide, baby. You might break your mouth. Yeah, Baldy said you'd get to decide. So which way you leaning?
What if I helped you escape crucifixion?
Yeah, real popular around here. It's a crowd pleaser.
Would have helped you escape.
Sweet to offer, baby, but if you cut these ropes, every legionary in this camp's gonna come running. With machete. Now, on the other hand, if I had a stealth boy and a bobby pin, I could see myself out. Know what I mean?
What will you do next?
Baby, if you show me the door to Scramsville, that's where I'll go. Out of your hair, never to return. I've been a fink to you. Caused more than my share of grief by a hard mile. Let me go. You won't see me again.
I'll see what I can do.
Check's in the mail, hey? Don't get my hopes up.
Okay, let's see what other ways we can go. Do you have a preference?
Yeah. To die in my sleep at a ripe old age after a marathon session of hey-hey with 30 sex-starved broads. You'll set that up? Look, I ain't a harbor for illusions. I ain't expecting to get out of this shindig alive. That's why I'm trying to hand you my scheme, baby. It's called having a legacy.
Something bad could happen to you right here. Maybe we should square in the arena.
You'd do that for me, baby? Don't tease if you don't mean it.
Something bad could happen to you here.
The direct approach. But you should wait until the bunker's taken care of. Caesar won't like it if you eat dessert first.
Okay, Benny. Ah, right. Let's go deal with your woman back on the strip. Do I leave my people here? The only thing about this is I have to walk all the way back. Which sounds like a lot, but it's a lot more than you'd think. We also need to help out Rex. And do that. So I need to do these two. Right, we'll go help Martina first. What do you mean fast travel is not available? What? What? What do you mean? I mean I can't leave. Am I stuck doing this quest? Okay. I suppose we can just lie. I know you can lie, right? Good man. He's been doing press-ups the whole time.
You do well to serve the Legion.
A third time?
None may enter without Caesar's permission.
Caesar has permitted your weapons to be returned to you while you serve him.
Alright.
Caesar has put a lot of trust in you. Be worth it.
This console hums quietly, powered by an unknown source. There's a round slot in the console about the size of a large poker chip. Enter the platinum chip. What's this here?
I'm looking forward to getting sent across the river.
Broken terminal, broken terminal. Alright. Yeah. See the status. Most recent events: radiation leak, maintenance bot dispatch, power surge, maintenance bots unresponsive, moving to security level 1, protectrons activated, turrets activated, and sentry bots on standby. I don't think I need to worry about most of this though, right?
Well, you're here ahead of schedule. I suppose it's just as well.
Aren't I good?
This is where I wanted you to end up after all. I knew I could rely on Caesar to give you back the platinum chip.
What makes you think he gave me the chip?
The platinum chip unlocks this bunker. Hence, you have it. Hence, Benny was captured or killed. Possibly by you, but by my estimates, far more probably by Caesar's Legion. Hence, Caesar gave you the chip. Hence, Caesar wants you to destroy whatever you find in this bunker. But that's not going to happen, because you're going to work for me.
What do you ask me to do?
I need you to manually upload the data from the chip to the facility's primary computer. There's a terminal at the other end of this facility. There's a complication. While I can broadcast to this screen, I can't control any of the facility's systems. That means I can't deactivate its security bots, most of which appear to be active according to the status board I'm looking at.
Uh-oh. You're going to do what Caesar asked and blow everything up. What did you say about the security system?
The same equipment failure that prevents me from remotely operating this facility seems to have activated its security robots and turrets. There's a security room near the base of the stairs. Perhaps you can deactivate them yourself.
Okay, we'll see what happens. What will you do with the Securitrons?
My army will do what an army does best. Defend territory from invaders and maintain order.
I'll upload the data.
Good. I won't hold you up any longer. I see you reached your destination.
Why did you send me here?
The platinum chip is a data storage
Or
device.
more.
I need you to manually upload the data from the chip to the facility's primary computer. There's a terminal at the other end of this facility. There's a complication. That means...
Yep. What if I tell him that?
I like to think you have enough sense to do the right thing. The rewards for doing so are immense, as are the punishments for not doing so.
I don't think there's a problem, but I'm going to tell him I'm going to blow it up for Caesar and see what he says.
Stop wasting time.
Fine, I can't do that, so we'll do it this way.
Well... Was that meant to be a shocking revelation? Of course Caesar wants it destroyed. He's afraid of what the bunker might hold, and rightly so. But you're not going to... I don't respond well to threats. The platinum...
Let's tell him.
Listen to me very carefully. I've waited too long for this moment for you to go fouling it up on a lark. Do as I say, and your rewards will be immense. Thwart me, and your punishment will become the purpose of my existence.
Nope, no blood about it.
Then there will be no safe haven for you. I see you reached your...
Cool. Anyway, back to the other route we were going.
Target identified.
Oh no. Get him, dinner bell. Yeehaw, donkey. I'll unlock these for the XP. Awesome sauce. Again, purely doing this for fun. Okay, none of them worked. Gotcha. Thankfully, I have loads of these. They're like an abundance. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed by myself.
Do not attempt.
You're about to get absolutely dinner belled.
To flee. Unable to continue.
Didn't know just pressing one of the ladders would do that. Oh wow. It gave me like none here. Oh, it's got to do the reset thing. Come on, there's no speeding it up. Is there? Okay, let's try this again. Television has 2. Has an eye. No, not you. Activities has an eye. 2 eyes. No, it's definitely not you. Not you. Not you. Ooh. Oh no. Ooh. Oh, these will be the death of me. Come on now. Okay. Right. Standing, maybe? It's not standing. Thriving. Spending? Yes, it is spending. Because I knew it had an ING, because it was a 4 out of 8. Come on. Oh, this game. Oh my goodness. I was going to reload. I was 100% reloading. All this just for the XP. I think when you go into the sentry bot, it doesn't even give you anything. Null. Love that. Just null. Let's drop some food. Help! Nah, no one's coming to help us here.
Don't need this right now.
Sweet. Oh yeah, look at the Securitron army. How cool is that?
You're just in time for your ass whipping.
Good job, Rex.
Hostile target identified.
Fix this bitch.
Scanning. Please step into the open and
then
identify yourself. Hostile target identified. Failure state. Unable to continue.
Oh, you destroy the power regulators? Yeah. That's if you want to destroy it. Again, it doesn't net me any real difference to the campaign or nothing. Dialogue, like, we're still just going to lie to Caesar and say it was destroyed. So that kind of cuts us from this.
Don't see a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, better run.
No, 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 no. Oh, this bunker will be the death of me. This is awesome. This is great. No. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. I would have saved. I know. I should have, but I walked in way too confident. And that was my hubris. Let's go about throwing a wee pulse grenade down the way.
Hostile target identified.
And then the fight started.
Okay. Critical sneak attack.
Commencing attack on him. Scanning for hostile. Commencing. Failure state.
Maybe, you know, a stim pack or two would go a long way here.
Scanning for hostiles.
Ah, the Mr. Handy that was meant to save the day. Obviously, he didn't.
Let's kick this in gear.
Hold it right there.
There you are.
Yeah. How about no messing about in this next room? Just do the right thing, Tom. Just throw a pulse grenade in.
And then the fight started.
Let's fix that. Dr. Wasteland MD. Well, not like me to be ever curious. So, that's what it really looks like. It's just a wee sort of skybox. There really isn't anything behind this door? No. It just says about cutting off the access. This is the Securitron Operations Console for the Securitron Vault. Software updates can be installed. Install it and the Mark II upgrade software will commence. Love that it gives a wee soldier thing. sentry bots activate. This junction box could be rewired to override the door, disconnecting it. Right. I think these are all great looking. But wouldn't mind whatever loot you drop.
Not even slowing it down. Gonna lose a limb if I wait for some meds.
Oh, this was worth it. Oh yeah. Missiles and loads of ECs. Well, at least you know if you need to get into it, you can just go that way.
Your work here is done. Return to the Lucky 38 so we can discuss next steps. You have a very bright future ahead of you. Thanks to your actions today, so does the rest of mankind. Your work here is done.
That's what put me over. Potato crisps. I'll eat the steak.
You've carried out Caesar's will.
Sure, here you go. Carried out his will, and I'm still made to not have my weapons with me. That's why things were killing me so fast. I was wearing no armor. I have not been wearing armor for a long period of time in this series, which is kind of wild when you think about it. But anyway.
I'm looking forward to getting... You must enter Caesar's...
Yes. Where are these other two?
I felt the ground shake a while ago. I'll take that as a sign you've got the job done. There are rewards for doing as I command.
Oh, nice.
Today, your reward is vengeance. You get to decide how Benny dies. Go to Benny. Let him know what you've decided. My Praetorians will perform the execution, unless you want to perform it yourself.
Thank you, Caesar.
Consider it the first of many bestowments.
I'm liked now. Well, that's pretty good. I mean, Idolize still far away, but we'll be able to return a lot of quests into it to get down that route.
So, baby, what did you find down there?
Hundreds of Securitrons, all of them upgraded now, just like Mr. House wants.
So, all this time, the old man had an entire army on layaway? Clever player. Just imagine the look on Baldy's face when those Securitrons come pouring out on Judgment Day. I'd pay to have that bronzed. So all you gotta do is talk to Yes Man. Figure out how to set things in motion. Make Vegas a town I would have been proud of, baby. Let it swing.
Good man. Decided I have to decide what happens to you now, Benny.
I see. And how's that gonna happen?
We talked about how you might sneak out of here. We'll fight in the arena. You'll be crucified. I'll decide to kill you here now. How about I untie you?
Machetes at 20 paces, hey? I accept your challenge.
Well, that's not too bad. Let's go. Alright, Benny, my man. It's over.
You're a class act, baby. Not to say I'm gonna make it easy for you.
Fight to the death. Poor Benny, like, tried his best. How long here? How long a minute? I'm not gonna fight him in the night time. It's... Oh, right, okay. Right. Obviously, I'm gonna have to reload this, but...
Let them fight it out among themselves.
Oh, he's back. So I send him off the map.
Ring your bell, creep.
Do I still have, like... No, I have nothing.
Ooh! Damn! Ooh!
They hardly even know.
Damn! Damn! Oh!
Gimme, gimme. Good man, Benny. You tried. You tried. At least we can get out of here. And sort out a few other things that we have to do. We're doctor's bag. I love running about near nude in this place. It's just so it's like not even worth it. Sorry to be like that, is, but you know what I mean. True to Kaiser.
I'm sure you found Benny's demise pleasing. The destruction of an enemy? There are few things more satisfying. Let's press on, shall we? As I was telling you before, I want Mr. House out of the picture. You have an interest in his death, too. If he knows that you destroyed his gadgets beneath the fort, he will strike back. You know where to find him. How he dies, I leave up to you.
Some questions. Are your bodyguards special anyway?
My Praetorians embody the martial ideals of my legion. Each one of them has done enough conquering and killing to deserve the rank of Centurion. Instead, I invited them to join my guard. So the invitee chooses whichever current guard he thinks is weakest and challenges him. The fight is to the death. It keeps them from getting complacent.
Ho. How long has Lucius been head?
Lucius has been the head of my guard for 5 years now. He was a subordinate guard for 8 before that. No invitee has dared to challenge him yet. Maybe it's an issue of respect. He is getting on in years.
Fair enough. Tell me about Vulpes.
Vulpes is the best of my frumentari. A remarkable individual from an unremarkable tribe south of the Utah. He was brought into the Legion as a boy, survived training, fought well enough as a legionary to be promoted to the rank of decanus. Then in battle against an unimportant tribe, he broke ranks and led his contubernium through a hole in their defenses to capture its chieftain. Well, his Centurion wanted him crucified for disobedience, so I made him a frumentari.
What do they do?
Whatever I require. Infiltration, assassination, dramatic atrocities to break the spirit of the enemy, etc. They're mentally flexible. They operate behind enemy lines for extended periods, imitating the enemy's customs without becoming sullied. In all these things, Vulpes is a master.
Vulpes? Heard rumors of your legate Lanius. What's his story?
Linnaeus is the greatest of my battlefield commanders. Some might call him a great man, but I'm not sure he qualifies. Once, he was the greatest warrior of the Hydebarks, a tribe of the Arizona. Maniacal in battle. Sometimes he'd ambush Legion patrols by himself. When after several months we found and surrounded the Hydebarks camp, their chieftain raised a banner of surrender. The warrior, who was not yet Linnaeus, went insane with rage. He struck down his chieftain and attacked his own tribe.
What happened after that?
He killed 15 before they brought him down. He didn't die, obviously. I had him tended to. He was maimed, most of his face torn off. It was days before he regained consciousness. When he did, I went to his bedside and showed him the helmet I'd had forged to cover his face. I said he could have it if he'd fight for me. He accepted, on condition that he be allowed to kill the surviving males of his tribe. I said, make it the adult males, and you have a deal.
Sounds more like a savage than a general.
Linnaeus is savage, Savagely loyal, too, but only to me. He has no love for my Legion. But this has its uses. He has no attachment to his men, no compunction about battlefield losses. All he cares about is destroying the enemy.
Man doesn't even like the
Legion.
Legion.
When another legatus or a Centurion fails to achieve results, I send Linnaeus to make things right. His first step is to beat the failed commander to death in front of his assembled troops. Then he orders the ritual of decimatio.
What's that?
It means decimation. But in ancient Rome, the word had a very specific meaning. A punishment for cowardice. The legionaries are lined up in ranks. Every 10th man steps forward and is beaten to death by his brothers. It instills a certain robust obedience.
That's crazy. So he's going to lead the assault?
Yes. This time my legionaries will be more frightened of the commander behind them than the enemy before them. There will be no failure this time, no retreat, no years of gathering slaves and resources for another assault. With Linnaeus to drive the Legion forward, the dam will be taken. It will be our bridgehead across the Colorado.
I'm amazed no one had the idea of blowing it up, although I suppose no one really has the firepower to do that. Why did the Legion lose the battle?
It's not going to happen again. That's all I have to say about it.
I heard the commander of the first battle was called the Burn Man.
And I've heard it's a bad idea to tempt the wrath of Caesar. Change the subject.
Okay, why did you capture Benny?
I'll hand it to that piece of shit. He was determined. He used some kind of old-world stealth device to get across the river in a Legion boat. Seems the device ran out of juice once he got here, but he was dressed like a legionary. He was caught just outside the weather station. See, thing is, he didn't change his hairstyle. To go to all that effort and fail because you're too vain to mush your hair.
So what happened after?
He was brought before me along with the platinum chip. That's how I knew he wasn't some kind of profligate infiltrator. Benny tried to sell me a story, but Lucius has a way of coaxing the truth out of captives. Everything just comes spilling out.
What do you think the NCR?
Do you want my opinion as a former citizen?
Oh.
Or future conqueror? Actually, my opinion's the same either way. As a young man, I was taught to venerate President Tandy of Shady Sands, the founding mother of the new California Republic. Did you know her presidency lasted 52 years? And that her father, Aradesh, was the Republic's first president? Does that sound like a democracy to you?
52 years?
Or a hereditary dictatorship?
I was going to say. It was voted in each time.
Because the council didn't dare oppose her. She was too popular. She had the people's love. So things ran smoothly, more or less. And as soon as she was gone, as soon as there really could be democracy, what happened then? Ever since losing its queen, the NCR has been weaker, more diffuse. Democracy has been its weakness, not its strength.
How is he weak? How is it
Greed runs rampant.
Mm.
The government is corrupt, accepting bribes from Brahmin barons and landowners to the detriment of citizens. The NCR is a loose conglomerate of individuals looking out for themselves. It's lost virtue. No one cares about the collective, the greater good. It's not built to last. I'm just hastening the inevitable.
Surely it's a powerful foe.
Of course. The most powerful my Legion has faced. Also the first to which I am ideologically opposed. Until now, every tribe I've conquered has been so backwards and stunted, enslavement has been a gift bestowed upon them. My conquest of the Mojave will be a glorious triumph, marking the transition of the Legion from a basically nomadic tribe to a genuine empire. Just as my namesake campaigned in Gaul before he crossed the Rubicon, so have I campaigned and will cross the Colorado.
Fair enough. What about Mr. House?
I know he's a coward, hiding behind an army of robots ensconced in that tower of his like a wizard in one of those Grognak comic books.
Didn't think I'd hear that from him.
Some say he's a man, others a machine. I don't care. He's in the way.
What role will regional powers play in the conflict?
I've analyzed the region's tribe to determine how they might be useful. I may tell you more at a later time, if it suits me.
How did you rise to power?
Ironically, I was born a profligate myself, a citizen of the NCR. My family lived not far from the Great Boneyard. After raiders killed my father, my mother sought the followers' protection. I was 2 years old. She found work at their library, cooking and cleaning. I learned how to read, and soon I was taking courses, free of charge.
So you were a follower?
Oh, yes. Raised in that tradition. And the teaching stuck. I was taught it was my responsibility to bring the torch of knowledge to the wastes. I may have taken the torch part more literally than they intended.
What changed you?
When I was 20, the followers sent me east to Grand Canyon. It was my first expedition. Just me and a physician named Calhoun. As an anthropologist and linguist, my assignment was to learn the dialects of the Grand Canyon tribes. What a fucking waste of time.
Okay.
If you think it's worthwhile to make smart people learn how to talk like backward savages, you're a follower of the apocalypse, or an idiot. Anyway, we met up with a Mormon missionary who already knew a bunch of dialects. Joshua Graham.
Ah, Burnman.
He was supposed to teach me, but before that went too far, the Blackfoot tribe captured us to hold us for ransom. They were a backward bunch, but the real problem was they didn't know how to fight.
What's wrong with the Blackfoot?
The Blackfoot were at war with 7 other tribes, each just as pissant as they were. But outnumbered like that, they weren't going to last long. It's one thing to be taken hostage, another to be lashed to a sinking ship. So over Calhoun's objections, I decided to take certain steps.
Okay, this is interesting.
I taught them how to use the guns they already had, how to strip and clean them, how to breathe when pulling a trigger, how to reload ammunition. They looked at me like I was some kind of a sorcerer. So I taught them how to make explosives and started drilling them on small unit tactics. If there's anything I learned as a follower of the apocalypse, it's that there's a lot of good information in old books.
Okay, well, I'm after you trained.
Divide et impera, divide and conquer. I led the Blackfoot against the Ridgers, their weakest enemy. When they refused to surrender, I ordered every man, woman, and child killed. When next we surrounded the Kaibabs, and they likewise refused, I took one of their envoys to the Ridgers' village and showed him the corpse piles. This was new for the tribes, you see. They played at war, raiding each other, a little rape and pillage here, a little ransoming there. I showed them total warfare. Like I said, there's a lot you can learn from old books.
What happened to the tribes?
Kaibabs joined me, and the Fredonians after that. All the pissant tribes with names that should be forgotten. I knew from the start I'd need to eradicate this plague of tribal identities, replacing them with a monolithic culture, a uniform identity. So that's what I did once my confederation of tribes was large enough. I crowned myself Caesar and created a single great tribe, my Legion. I sent Calhoun, the follower captured with me, back west with a message that I should not be interfered with. Joshua Graham, the Mormon interpreter, stayed with me and served as my first legatus.
And since forming the Legion, all you've done is conquer?
That's right. Decades of warfare, absorbing lesser tribes, gathering power, forging the dross into a vast, razor-sharp scythe. My Legion's expansion has never ceased. Much of the Utah and Colorado and all of Arizona and New Mexico are mine. We have cities of our own, but nothing compared to Vegas. Finally, my Legion will have its Rome.
Whoa. Why is Caesar's Legion so strange?
I used Imperial Rome as the model for my Legion precisely because it was so foreign, so alien. I'd seen what had become of the NCR's attempts to emulate the culture of pre-war America, the infighting, the corruption. Rome was a highly militarized autocracy that effectively integrated the foreign cultures it conquered.
I hope we see these guys
dedicated its citizens
in season
to something
2
higher than themselves, to the idea of Rome itself. In Rome, I found a template for a society equal to the challenges of the post-apocalyptic world, a society that could and would survive, a society that could prevent mankind from fracturing and destroying itself in this new world by establishing a new Pax Romana.
What's that mean?
It means a nationalist, imperialist, totalitarian, homogenous culture that obliterates the identity of every group it conquers. Long-term stability at all cost. The individual has no value beyond his utility to the state, whether as an instrument of war or production.
So you'll destroy the NCR because you hate its inefficiencies?
No. I'll destroy it because it's inevitable that it be destroyed. It's Hegelian dialectics, not personal animosity.
What?
How do I put this basically enough? It's a philosophical theory, the kind you might encounter if you took time to read some books. The fundamental premise is to envision history as a sequence of dialectical conflicts. Each dialectic begins with a proposition, a thesis, which inherently contains or creates its opposite, an antithesis. Thesis and antithesis. The conflict is inevitable, but the resolution of the conflict yields something new, a synthesis, eliminating the flaws in each, leaving behind common elements and ideas.
So what's dialectic about you and the NCR?
The bombs wiped the slate clean. Human civilization descended to a level of ignorance that effectively set our cultural progress back to zero. The NCR has all the problems of the ancient Roman Republic. Extreme bureaucracy, corruption, extensive senatorial infighting. Just as with the ancient Republic, it is natural that a military force should conquer and transform the NCR into a military dictatorship. Thesis and antithesis. The Colorado River is my Rubicon. The NCR Council will be eradicated, but the new synthesis will change the Legion as well, from a basically nomadic army to a standing military force that protects its citizens and the power of its dictator.
Okay, what is the machine in your tent?
It's called an autodoc. As the name suggests, it's an automated physician, more or less. He can treat broken bones, cuts, punctures, scrapes. Sometimes I bestow its use upon someone I favor. Makes for a powerful gift in a culture that forbids painkillers and is largely ignorant of medical science.
Okay.
Good. Don't know what kind of security he has inside the Lucky 38, but if you can find a way of catching him off guard, do so. Until Mr. House has been...
Was there more for us to discuss?
Tell me about the Burn Man.
Ah, yes. We are forbidden from speaking his true name. He was a shaman of some kind before he met Caesar, a holy man from out of the Utah. The Burn Man proved dangerous, unpredictable, and impossible to kill. He helped Caesar form the Legion, but almost led it to destruction.
Fair enough.
Dealt with. You and I have nothing to talk about.
Well, that was the rise of Caesar. Awesome. Well, now we can fast travel out of here. We have a few quests that I would like to get on to. There's the house always wins. But there's the finger of suspicion. I hear you knocking and nothing but a hound dog. So, see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.